Taurus, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope overview for the month of October 2021. But before we begin, I would like to let you know that I also do daily video horoscopes and weekly video horoscopes that you can watch on my YouTube channel. And I request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And let's talk about the month of October. But before we begin, Taurus, this reading is for Taurus rising and Taurus sun. I would recommend watching your rising sign and then your sun sign. And let's talk about October now. So, as we enter October, Mercury has just gone retrograde on September 27th. So, as we enter the month of October, it is not the best time to sign new contracts, start new things, and gadgets can malfunction at this point because Mercury is retrograde. Mercury will come out of retrograde this month, and we will talk about that. But I just wanted to let you know that as we enter October, Mercury is retrograde. Okay, now let's talk about the first important event in the month of October, and that is the new moon in the sign of Libra. The new moon is happening at 13 degrees of Libra, which puts it in your sixth house, right, Taurus? And what is a new moon? A new moon essentially is a new beginning. We begin something on a new moon that we work on for the next lunar month, for the next 28, 30 days. And for you, Taurus, this beginning is happening in your sixth house of health, of job, of lifestyle, diet, routine, exercise. So it could be a new beginning in any one of these areas. Maybe you start a new job, maybe you start a new lifestyle, maybe you change up your diet. It could be any one of these things. But the focus is your sixth house of health, job, lifestyle, routine, exercise. And moving on the same day, Taurus, we have Pluto going direct. Pluto here has been retrograde since the month of April, and retrogrades are a period of review. It's a period of karma, and the forward movement connected to a planet slows down during retrogrades, right? So that's what happened with Pluto. Pluto is the planet of catharsis, transformation, endings, beginnings, healing. So that kind of slowed down, and we were asked to review things from a different perspective. But now Pluto has started to move direct again, and the forward movement, the active creation of karma connected to Pluto will start, and Pluto is in your ninth house, right? The house of higher education, foreign travel, belief system, knowledge, wisdom, publishing. So that's that. And on October 7th, we have Venus here changing signs. Now, Venus has been in your seventh house up until October 7th, right? And wherever Venus is, we receive blessings and gifts and rewards, and we even become more receptive to that area of your life. And for you, Venus has been transiting your seventh house up until October 7th, which means it's been giving you gifts, blessings, and rewards, and even making you more receptive to your marriage, business partnerships, and legal issues. And now, on October 7th, it's going to move into your eighth house and give you blessings and rewards and gifts and make you more receptive to intimate relationships, investments, healing, catharsis, regeneration, endings, beginnings, all eighth house things. And moving on to October 10th, we have Saturn here going direct, right? Saturn has been retrograde for a few months now, and Saturn is the planet of hard work, decisions, and it also brings a lot of karma, right? And Saturn is in your 10th house, and it's been in your 10th house since December of 2020 at least, and will be here till 2023. And wherever Saturn is, we are asked to work hard, and we are asked to put the matters of that house in order, right? And if you want to know more about planets like Saturn and Neptune and Chiron and what they mean for your rising sign, you can watch my long-term energy video, which is already on YouTube. And now coming back to this, so Saturn here went retrograde in your 10th house, and it will start to move direct again in your 10th house, which means the work, will begin to start when it comes to your career and business. When Saturn is retrograde, the intensity that we need to work at kind of goes down. We receive the rewards for the work we'd already put in before. It's a karmic time, it's a slower time. But now, with Saturn coming direct, the forward movement, the active creation of karma will start again connected to your career and business. And generally speaking, Taurus rising, you are asked to work very hard on your business and career till 2023. And that does not mean it's negative, right? Saturn does not mean negative. Saturn just means that's the area we need to focus on and work at. So that's your 10th house. Now, moving on to October 12th, Taurus, we have the first quarter square of the moon, and this is the first time the sun and the moon make their 90-degree angle after the new moon. And this whole week, starting on October 12th till the full moon, which will happen on October 20th, the whole energy is about overcoming obstacles and challenges connected to what the new beginning you had in your 6th house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise on October 6th with the new moon in Libra. So that's the vibe of the whole week. Adjustments, overcoming things. It could be that you adopted a new routine, 6th house. But this week you're saying, okay, this is a new routine, it's working well, but this part of this routine, this is not working for me. How do I make it better? That's the sort of energy. And on October 18th, we have both Jupiter and Mercury going direct, right? Now, Mercury, I did say, is in retrograde as we enter the month of October. Now, on October 18th, it's coming out of retrograde, and Mercury retrogrades are usually a time where communication slows down. Gadgets can malfunction, and it's not the best time to start new things and sign new contracts. But now Mercury is coming out of retrograde, so the forward movement in these areas will start again. And another thing I do want to mention is that for you, Taurus, the review process connected to Mercury was connected to your health, job, diet, lifestyle, and routine. Those were the areas that Mercury retrograde from September 27th up until October 18th asked you to review. And now it's coming out of retrograde in your house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise. And Jupiter is also going direct, right? And Jupiter is in your 10th house. Now, Jupiter is a benefic. It gives gifts and blessings and rewards and healing, and it's in your 10th house. So Jupiter will continue to give you gifts, blessings, rewards, healings, and lessons in your 10th house connected to business and career. When Jupiter goes retrograde, the lessons, the gifts, the rewards connected to that house slow down. It's like we're reviewing things connected to Jupiter. We are reviewing the lessons we learned connected to, for you, business and career. But now Jupiter is direct again, which means the blessings, the rewards, the forward movement connected to Jupiter in your house of business and career will start again. So overall, October is a month where a lot of planets start to go direct, right? And since April, a lot of planets started to go retrograde one by one. Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Chiron. And what is a retrograde? A retrograde is when a planet moves forward, direct motion. In retrograde, it moves back, appears to move back. So it covers degrees it's already covered, which means it's covering area we've already seen. And what's the purpose? The purpose is so that we can approach those things from a different perspective. Retrogrades are also a period of karma. We receive karma during retrogrades. And now in October, all these planets are going to start going direct one by one. We started with Pluto, then Saturn, then Mercury and Jupiter. So the active creation of karma begins again in the month of October, right? So I just thought I'd mention that. And then on October 20th, Taurus, we have a full moon in Aries. And the full moon is happening at 27 degrees of Aries, which puts it in your 12th and 6th house axis, right? So this is what this full moon is going to highlight for you. Your 6th house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise in your 12th house of higher realms, spirituality, the subconscious mind, closing out the past, drugs, delusions, addictions, depression, all these things are going to be highlighted with this full moon. And full moons are typically a point of clarity and understanding, right? So for you, you're understanding two things and seeing things more clearly connected to one, the new beginning you had on October 6th in your house of health, job, diet, routine, and exercise. And the second thing you're seeing clearly goes back to April of 2021. In April of 2021, we had a new moon in Aries, and with that new moon, you can say we started a new life. And now, with this full moon in Aries, we are able to see that life better. In April of 2021, it was like we planted the seed. Now we are able to see that seed grow. We are seeing the little plant come about. So that's what a full moon is, where we can see things clearly. Think about it. A full moon is the brightest night in the month. What happens during a full moon? We can see everything without light, right? That's what's happening here. We can see the beginning that happened on October 6th for you in your 6th house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise, and in April, the new life that came about. So for everybody. And on October 23rd, Taurus, the sun here is going to enter the sign of Scorpio. Now the sun stays in a particular sign for 30 days, and up until October 23rd, it's going to be in your 6th house, which means for the past 30 days, up until October 23rd, the focus has been your house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise. That's the area that's been illuminated the most for you. And now on October 23rd, for the next 30 days or so, the area that will be illuminated for you and brought into focus will be your marriage, your business partnerships, and legal issues, 7th house stuff. And then moving on, Taurus, on October 28th, we have the last quarter square of the moon. Now, this is a point where the sun and the moon make their last 90-degree angle. And this whole week, starting on October 28th up until November 4th or so, the energy is about release and letting go of what the new beginning you had in your 6th house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise on October 6th. So this week you're assessing, what about that beginning can I let go of? What about that beginning comes with me to the next lunar month with the new moon on November 4th? That's the vibe. Letting go, release, what stays, what goes. It could be that maybe you started a new routine and you're assessing this week, okay, everything works. This is the part I need to let go of. Something like that. And on October 30th, Taurus, we have Mars changing signs. Mars has been in your 6th house in the sign of Libra up until October 30th, and now it's going to move into your 7th house. Now, Mars is an energizer. It reinvigorates and re-energizes any house it's in, and it enters a particular sign, which means it enters a particular house almost after 2 years. So up until October 30th, it's going to be in your 6th house, re-energizing and reinvigorating your 6th house of health, job, diet, routine, exercise. It could be something like this. These are just examples, but it could be something as simple as this, that maybe you haven't been very particular about your health or routine for some time. Now Mars came in and said, hey, let's get that in order. Let's fix it. So then you started working on your routine and health. So that's how Mars works. It re-energizes that part of your life. And now on October 30th, for the next 40 days or so, it's going to be in your 7th house, re-energizing and reinvigorating your business partnerships, legal issues, and marriage. Maybe something is not working with a business partner. These are just examples. Now Mars comes in and says, okay, let's make the changes to make it happen. Let's make the changes to fix this issue. So that's Mars. It likes to do things. It likes to get things done. It takes action. So wherever Mars is, that's where you'll be doing things and taking action. And that's pretty much it for October. So October is an intense month. There's a lot happening. A lot of planets are going direct again. A lot of forward movement. And we do have a new moon in Aries and a new moon in Libra and a full moon in Aries. And both those moons are very intense. I will break down the moon energy in the moon videos, but those are intense moons. But overall, October is a month where things begin to start happening again. You know, we've done the retrograde, we've done the review, we've received the karma. Now we start working again. We create that karma again. And that's all I'm going to say for you, Taurus. I will pick a card for you and then we'll close out the reading. Did something flip? Something did flip. It says observer. I think this month, Taurus, you have to observe and you have to notice things. And that's one thing. I will pick another card for you. It says flexible. And I think, Taurus, the message for you this month is to be flexible. Right? Don't be so fixated and rigid. Be flexible. Because that's what the universe is demanding. And observe. Observe whether these are your emotions or this is your health, job, diet, and routine, because you have a lot of energy in your 6th house. So this month, a lot of focus on your health, on your job, on your routine, on your lifestyle, on your diet. That's where the focus is going to be this month for you. And another thing I do want to mention is that if you want to know the long-term energies for you, Taurus, for your rising sign, then you can watch my long-term video. That video covers things like Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter and what those mean for you. And that video covers energies till 2023. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do hit the subscribe button and I will see you in one of my other videos. Bye.